So I feel a little bit like a hypocrite because only like a month ago, I'm like, I don't know what these girls are talking about, all the fresh, clean stuff. And I was like kind of complaining about it, going, what are you talking about? The gourmands are amazing. And now all of a sudden, I am so sick of gourmands and I love gourmands, but it's the weather. I realized that I was judging these poor girls who are living in the States and they're like, I'm done with my gourmands because their weather was warmer. So I'm a bag. I have to confess, I'm coming clean, literally. And also I'm sharing fresh and clean fragrances with you today. My name is Maria. And before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. I would love for you to become part of the Weird and Wonderful family. We are an amazing group. I just love this community so much, and let's get into this. Now, bizarrely, I am not a huge Freshie fan, and yet as I looked at my collection, the fresh and clean fragrances like that I think fit into that category. I'm kind of actually terrible at categories, so forgive me if I don't get them right. But for me, these all kind of fit in that freshy, clean category. I have 24 for you today. So we're gonna go through them quite quickly, and I've kind of tried to separate them into like freshies that are citrusy, freshies or clean smelling florals, and then some just cleaner fragrances that smell like girl next door, your skin but better type scents. So I'm so excited. Let's start with the kind of more citric or, green freshies. I would say probably half are affordable and then the other half are designer / niche. Nowadays, niche fragrances are almost on par with designer prices. Designer prices have inched up so much. So some of these are designers, but they've been out for a while, so they're less pricey. But all of them are really amazing. And yeah, so mixture, I'm gonna start with an affordable one. This one is Nina Ricci's Chant d'Extase. First of all, I just love the bottle on this. I just love the color. To me, it looks like a mermaid or like summer. And the other thing that's really cool about Chant d'Extase is that even though it's an affordable fragrance, it was actually created by Francis Kurkdjian. So, famous perfumer, and really this fragrance doesn't disappoint. It opens with raspberry, there's some ginger, lemon, and pink pepper. So it's a really bright, mouth-watering citric opening more so than anything. I don't get a whole lot of that raspberry. I guess I do, like a little bit of sweetness. It's been a while actually since I've worn this one on the skin. I just recently got it as a hand-me-down from Val, who is tired of it, but I absolutely love this. So this in the heart has some C notes. There's jasmine, rose, and magnolia. And I definitely get that floral coming out as it starts to dry, but you don't really lose the citrus. And then it also has ambergris, vanilla, musk, and caramel in the dry down. So a little bit of sweetness, but I just find that this stays fresh. It's slightly aquatic. It's a real great, easy reach for the summer. Super fresh and clean, love it. I'm also gonna try keep these reviews quite brief just because otherwise it will be the longest video in the history of mankind. The next fragrance that I wanna talk about is called Still Life in Rio by Olfactive Studio. Now, though this is a niche company, the fragrance price is actually really comparable to a designer price. This fragrance is so delicious. It's got, for me, a lot of lime, even though there's no lime in this. So it's got yuzu, lemon, ginger, orange, and mint. So this is just a bright kind of limey, boozy coconut. It, to me, kind of reminds me of a margarita. So that's the vibe. It's kind of vivacious. It's fresh. There's a little hint of booziness in this. This doesn't last super long, but I get about 5 hours out of this. And it's, again, just a fun wear, super easy to wear in the heat. It smells clean, it smells refreshing, it's very energizing. Aroma Concepts just recently came out with an amazing limey coconut fragrance called Coconut Lagoon. I recently reviewed it on the channel. It was a loan from Danny from Deep Green Beauty. This has lemon, mandarin, and apple in the opening. It's also got watermelon. There's a little bit of caramel. There's also coconut and vanilla. But for me, what I get is a limey coconut with rum in it again. So I actually like out of the Coconut Lagoon and this one, they're comparable as far as longevity and performance. The Coconut Lagoon has a little bit more thickness to it, I would say, than this one. So it just kind of depends on what you like. I like them both. I want them both. And I see that, like, it's not like they're identical. They just kind of are in the same family. If you don't want to spring for this price, but you want something limey slash coconutty, the Coconut Lagoon I think is fantastic. Another affordable fragrance that it's just gorgeous is Trussardi's Donna, and this is the EDP. The EDT is even more fresh and clean feeling. It's not near as long lasting, but it's kind of got a citric tea vibe that I think is fantastic. So if you're wanting something that is more citrusy, tea-like, a little bit more light to wear, the EDT is definitely an excellent option. Doesn't last as long, but the Trussardi Donna Eau de Parfum, this has a beautiful lemon yuzu note along with some florals in it and a little bit of a woody base. This to me is a freshie for a non-freshie lover. You get that bright lemon and it smells kind of a little bit more like a sweet lemon. Not candied, but there's quite a lot of sweetness in there. The floral just kind of supports that citrus. This is really, really smooth. It gets a little bit vanillic. So it's like a cross between a floral and a citrus. It's so, so gorgeous. Highly recommend this one. It's long lasting. It's perfect for a signature fragrance. You can wear this all year round, but it's definitely a little bit more of a fresh, clean, lemon floral. Beautiful. Now, this next one is kind of fresh slash clean, and that is French Kiss by ByBozo. Now, this one has lemon verbena in the opening. I definitely get that. I get a hint of the neroli. This also has some fig. There's some magnolia, and the bizarre note in here is corn. Now, the corn, to me, it just gives it a little bit of an earthy sweetness, but it doesn't smell like corn. There's some cherry blossom in here, saffron, there's pearwood, meringue, and amber. So it comes across green and fresh with that tiny bit of sweetness in here and then dries down quite musky. So again, really nice. This one is not your typical citrus. It does have the lemon verbena in there, but this one is more musky. I smell the corn actually if I think about it. But again, it just lends kind of a fresh, clean sweetness to the fragrance. So this one's definitely unique. It's not mass appealing, but I think it's an excellent fragrance. If you're wanting something fresh, clean, not too in your face, this one's great. From Chabot Maison de Parfum, their whole Caprice line is fantastic as far as being kind of more fresh, energetic, fruity, floral, that kind of vibe. So they remind me of the Aqua Allegoria line. One of my favorite Aqua Allegorias from Guerlain is Mandarin Basilic. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's super bright and fresh. It's so refreshing feeling to me. So I just absolutely love that fragrance. I don't find that any of the Aqua Allegorias last very long. So I appreciate the Caprice line because they are a little longer lasting. They're not that much longer lasting, but they definitely still are. So the one I want to talk about today is called Caprice de Jean, and it was their release from last year. And next to Caprice de Julie is more fruity than it is fresh. This one to me, although it's got a ridiculous amount of fruit in it, to me, it feels a little bit more fresh. This has lychee, pink pepper, pear, orange, blackcurrant, raspberry, and cherry as far as the fruits are concerned. But what I get more than anything is kind of a sour cherry vibe. So it comes across really bright, fresh, juicy, a little hint of sourness, Maybe some of that is from the lychee, but I definitely get kind of a sour cherry. There are some florals in here. There's some patchouli, there's some musk, there's some woodiness. But to me, it just smells super vibrant, really fresh, invigorating. It's super energizing. And I just think it's gorgeous. And yet I really, really love that kind of bright, it's almost mouth-watering tart cherry. So it keeps it from getting too sickly sweet. Sometimes fruity florals can get a little bit too sweet. This one isn't going to do that. This is going to stay nice and vibrant. The next kind of freshies that I have for you are more in the mango category, and I have two to share. Both are actually rather affordable. The first is by Soki London, and it is called Aphrodite. Now, these you can get on FragranceNet. I'll have everything linked down below like I always do. Aphrodite to me fits in kind of a fresh slash clean vibe, even though there is mango in here. The mango is definitely a lot more green. It's got some palm leaf and lotus in here. There's coconut and aquatic notes. So definitely fresh, feels a little bit breezy, definitely reminiscent to coconut fizz from Guerlain, again from the Aqua Allegoria line. But this would be like a mango-centric coconut fizz would be the vibe that this gives me. I actually prefer this over coconut fizz. Coconut fizz was nice, but it was too fresh for me, whereas this, the mango, just kind of adds a little bit more interesting vibe to it. And this is definitely not a body wash, juvenile smelling mango. It's definitely more of a green, fresh, young mango. So really enjoy this one. It's great for summer. And another Middle Eastern one would be Lean by Lattafa. Now this isn't going to be everybody's cup of tea. If you're looking for a sweet mango fragrance, this isn't going to be for you. Now, to be honest, this fragrance took me a year to really appreciate, and now I really love it. I just think it's gorgeous. So it has turmeric and ginger in it, along with some pink pepper and bergamot. There's, of course, the mango. As far as florals are concerned, there's tuberose, jasmine, and osmanthus. There's some incense in here, musk, sandalwood. What this gives me is a very kind of complex green mango fragrance. So again, this is not Bath and Body Works sweet, juicy mango. This is very, very green. The ginger definitely comes to play. This keeps this feeling fresh, yet there's a feminine quality to this and a sophisticated quality to this. So I just think it's great, like if you want to wear something a little bit of a nod towards tropical, but you want to keep it super professional and classy, this one would be great. I think because of the florals in there, it doesn't get feeling too tropical vibes. But that ginger and the green mango definitely keeps this fresh. It's not mass appealing. It's not overly sweet, but it is very sophisticated, very work appropriate, classy vibes, fresh fragrance. Yeah, it's actually a really, really great fragrance. I would consider this to be not overly exciting because it's not the kind of fragrance that cranks my jets right away, because it's not sweet, it's not super fruity, it's not super like whatever, but it is a freshie that I just think is fantastic. If you're a freshie fan, I think that this is one that you need in your collection, honestly. So the next fragrance that it's bordering on not freshy, but it opens so fresh that I thought I would mention it. It's His Parfums Muses. Now this has lemon, bergamot, and red apple in it. I don't get any of that apple. I just get lots of kind of zesty, slightly sweet lemon and bergamot. This has a bit of a marine ozone along with some lily of the valley, which is kind of powdery, and orange blossom. This has some woods and some musk in the base. But what this gives me is a very kind of fresh, aquatic citrus fragrance that goes a little bit more floral as it dries down, but it does stay fresh with that ocean or marine ozone feel. You definitely get that through the wear of the fragrance. So it does feel like you're at some sort of celebration, by the ocean. You can smell lots of lemons and citrus trees, slightly green, but then you're getting these whiffs of floral and then just this beautiful kind of breeziness to this fragrance. So I think that this one is great, super unique. Haven't smelled anything else like it. Thinking of more of that sea type vibe, another one that is absolutely beautiful. I actually have 3 from Untamed in this video. The first is Salish Sea. So that is straight up kind of marine ozone feeling fragrance. It's actually got some salt. There's rosemary in there. There's herbal notes. There's seaweed. There's sea notes, honeysuckle, lily of the valley, driftwood. So I think there's ambergris. There's muskiness in it. So it's just this really kind of clean, fresh. It doesn't smell salty to me. It smells clean and fresh, like you're standing on a cliff and you're smelling the ocean, and not the marine type of ocean, but just that fresh breeze where you're getting some of the seagrass. It feels a little bit dry yet ocean vibes, if you know what I mean. Grass kind of in the sand blowing because of the wind coming off of the ocean, and you're standing on a hill and you're just feeling really refreshed with maybe a bit of a salt spray coming on you. That's the vibe. Definitely breezy feeling. So that one is uber fresh. It's very sophisticated. I haven't smelt anything like that one as well. Perfectly unisex. It's a gorgeous fragrance. Like if you like fresh fragrances, to me, Salish Sea should be a staple. If you're a Freshie fan that likes clean, fresh fragrances, then Salish Sea is a must-have. I have a 10 mil, so it's in my 10 mils and I couldn't find it. It is there, but I had to mention it because it's such a great one for that fresh, clean vibe. This is definitely an interesting fragrance by Experimental Perfume Club, and it's called Pistachio Haiku. Some people notice this fragrance as super gourmand with the nuttiness. I get more fig leaf. There's fig leaf in this. There's pomelo. There's vetiver. All of those notes to me are very, very fresh and clean feeling. So I get more of that than I get the hazelnuts and the pistachio. There's also pistachio leaf in here, so maybe that's part of it. There's benzoin, there's some cedar in here, but I definitely get, as the prominent notes, almost a peppery green leaf. I get the vetiver. I get a little hint of kind of a citrus, almost a neroli vibe in this. I think there's actually neroli in this as well. So I get a little bit of neroli, and then as it dries down on the skin, you start to get a little bit more warmth from the nuts. But to me, this stays fresh and green feeling, slightly peppery. I think that this leans slightly masculine. That said, I would wear this, and to me, this is a great fragrance if you're not wanting something too thick and sweet. You want something a little different, something that smells fresh, clean, and green. This would be right up your alley. It's actually really quite addictive. It's so funny because when I first smelt it, I wasn't into it at all. And I actually said that in my review. This one is growing on me more and more, just like the lean one. I'm starting to, I think, shift out of really shift into I still like my sweets. I still like my fruity florals, but fresh was a category that I was so not into. And lately I've been really I'm liking the less sweet fragrances as well. I find that as I explore fragrances just more and more, I get, I don't know, it's just fun smelling something different. So this one is right up there. This you will smell very, very unique. I really, really appreciate this. I don't love it, but I think it's a fantastic fresh fragrance, and I'm going to be wearing this one for sure. I'm really fascinated by it lately, so it's definitely, I've worn it a couple times. It wouldn't be an easy reach for me, but it's definitely one that I enjoy having in my collection, and I can see reaching for this a lot when it gets really hot outside. So yes, Pistachio Haiku. The other thing that's kind of cool about Experimental Perfume Club is you can get refills for these bottles. So I really like that. So the refills are a little bit less. Check out their website. Like I said, everything's linked down below, but check out their website because I just think they're a super cool company. So yeah, love this one. Another one that is amazing. This one is a niche, but it's actually, I think it's 95 euros. So the price tag isn't crazy compared to what the crazy designer fragrances are like these days. And this is NATO's Fiery Fig. And I am in love with this fragrance. Like, I wasn't sure it would be up my alley, but seriously, it's gorgeous and it lasts a really decent amount of time on my skin. This has fig in it. There's coconut, milk, green notes, fig tree, bark, and cedar. So I definitely get a lot of the fig, and it feels very, very green when you put it on. So it's uber, uber green, uber fresh. And there's a little bit of a hint of like a Gris Charnel. It doesn't smell like Gris Charnel at all, but like that clean kind of fig feel is definitely in there, but this is definitely a brighter, greener smell. But as this dries down on the skin, it kind of becomes a little bit milky. It stays clean, but it gets a little milky, a little bit sweeter, and it's slightly powdery. And I am addicted to this. Like, I absolutely love this fragrance. I'm really enjoying NATO's fragrances. Like the rhubarb one that I got first, it's okay. So it's a little bit sharp in the rhubarb. I enjoy it, but it's rare that I put it on because I just find the rhubarb too sharp. I'm struggling with rhubarb these days, I think a little bit. But Blonde Redhead, love this one. I think I love, well, no, they're both too different. I love them both. So really excited about this one. I didn't think I would love it as much as I do because when it first goes on the skin, it's so green. But as it sits on the skin, it just morphs into this magical, slightly green, slightly sweet, milky fig that smells so delicious. So it's not, I wouldn't consider it gourmand. Definitely it stays fresh, but I love it. The next fragrance that I was completely surprised that I've fallen in love with is Silhouette Au Naturel by Christian Siriano. I'm not actually crazy about this bottle. Like I don't really like it. I find it inconvenient when they're tall and then they bulbous out and then with this thing on. So I don't find the bottle too great, although it is actually pretty. But the fragrance inside is gorgeous. For me, it feels a little bit like a peachy green musky fragrance. And it smells really, really clean. So there is a bit of a clean vibe that reminds me of dryer sheets, somehow laundry a little bit. It's just gorgeous. Now this was normally on So Avant-Garde. That's where I got this one from, but they've sold out of it. So I will see if I can find it somewhere else. This was affordable though, and then they put it on for 50% off. So it must have gone like fire. So no more of these. You can get a 2 ml sample off So Avant-Garde, but this is so delicious. It's got some pear, orange, and peach. I definitely get a hint of pear. It's kind of green along with peach. It's got coconut blossom, water lily, and gardenia along with some musk and some sandalwood woody notes. So yeah, this smells like the Your Skin But Better fragrances. It's actually really sexy. It smells uber clean, but still a little bit fresh with the fruitiness in there, but it's not too sweet, too fruity. It's gorgeous. It smells, the only thing I can think of is skin to mitts. I don't even know what that means, but like, I think like delicates, like it smells like you're cleaning your fancy lace undies or something. I don't know. Like, I don't understand why, but yeah, you know, those beautiful kind of cleaning detergents that make your underwear and your bras smell like delicious. This is that. It's super sexy, super intoxicating. It's clean. It's the kind of clean that guys go nuts for. So, oh my goodness, like in love with this one. Another one, I've mentioned it recently, so I won't go into too many details, is Benjoin en Fleur by Claudio Zucca. And I have a 10% off coupon code that I think is still active for any Claudio Zucca products on the Parfum Exquise website. So again, I'll leave it linked. It just smells like clean bubblegum to me. You can't go wrong when something smells like clean bubblegum. It gives me kind of that Garnier vibe. So it's clean, it's fresh. It's just a great fragrance. It lasts a decent amount of time on the skin. It's classy and sophisticated, works really well for daytime office. It's just great. This one is super classy, sophisticated as well. That's why I love clean florals, like ones that smell clean, but they're still floral and stuff. They work, and they're also really sexy. So love these. There's a couple Middle Eastern fragrances. There's, I can't remember, there's an orange bottle and a green bottle. If I can find them, I'll leave them linked down below. I'll have the pictures of them on the screen here, but those ones are really awesome. The orange one is more, it's again, both of them feel a little bit fresh. As I recall, the orange one smells a little bit shampoo-y. I think that the green one does too. So I'm sorry, I just can't remember. I just remember smelling them with Val and thinking, oh yeah, they kind of have that shampoo vibe. So they're kind of a fruity shampoo feel. They're a little more, to me, a little bit juvenile, but they're great for that fresh, clean vibe where you just smell like, did you put on a fragrance or does your skin just smell delicious? Oh, I love those. Okay, surprisingly, I'm loving them. I'm loving them this year. I'm sorry for screaming. I try not to scream, but I can't help myself. I get excited. Anyway, moving on. This was one that I didn't think that I would love, by Paris Corner, and I absolutely love it. It fits in that same category as Silhouette Au Naturel, and it is Kale by Paris Corner. This is a bottle I want to show you. I just think the bottle on this is so pretty. Now this again is more citrus florals. There's bergamot and orange in the opening, white grapefruit and woody notes in the heart, and then the base has musk and ambergris in there. This one, it smells very fresh and clean. So definitely you get the clean vibe. I'd say I notice more grapefruit than I do anything else. Grapefruit and muskiness. So you can't really go wrong with this one. If you like musky fragrances, this one is nice. And what I love about this one is there's just a hint of sweetness because of that citrus. So for me, musky can get a little weird. This one doesn't. I just think it's gorgeous. Smells classy. It smells put together. It's awesome. Another fragrance that is amazing, this list is slowly going to about 30, is Pure Musk by Narciso Rodriguez. It's floral, but very musky. And to me, it smells like laundry that's been put out on a line that's all fresh smelling from just the air breezing through it. That's the vibe that that fragrance gives me. It's very clean and put together, but it does have floral in it. So it's floral and musk, kind of powdery, but it smells classy and yet slightly sexy. Another one that is just beautifully, this fits more in the clean category, is Sonic Flower. It's a beautiful orris iris fragrance. There's carrot seeds, there's jasmine, a bit of ambroxan. So this one feels very clean. It's more of a your skin but better. There's some musk in there as well. It's I just have a sample. I've been thinking about getting it, although the next one I'm going to mention is kind of similar and I like the other one better. But this one is beautiful. If you like just a clean, your skin but better fragrance, you can't go wrong with Sonic Flower. And on that note, the next one that I feel is a clean, your skin but better fragrance is Ghost by Untamed Perfumes. Now this one is interesting because it has cool mountain air and camphor on the opening. And that smells, it does smell kind of minty. As this sits on the skin though, that kind of dissipates and you're left with iris, orris, and a hint of white flowers. I get mainly the iris and the orris, of course. And then this has vanilla, musk, and an old book accord. So it's a little bit musky. It has a slight kind of powdery vanilla vibe along with that beautiful iris and orris. I think that this is gorgeous. And as far as like Sonic Flower, it's very, like they actually have a very similar vibe because there's that iris powdery, smells clean. Like I think that Iris and Orris just smells so clean, but this one smells a little cleaner because of the camphor and the cold mountain air. But like I said, that dissipates and you're left with this really elegant fragrance that just smells super classy, but it's like quiet elegance because it sits closer to the skin, as does Sonic Flower. Now, one of my absolute favorite fragrances to wear in the summer is My Greek Lover by Untamed Perfumes. This is beautifully fresh. It's so unique. It lasts literally forever on the skin and it projects beautifully. This has grapes, there's herbal notes in here, there's bitter orange, lemon, quince, fig. So lots of Mediterranean inspired fruits, but then you also have orange blossom, which really is the nucleus of the fragrance. You get all these little fruits and green notes coming off of this beautiful orange blossom. And then it's also got some balsamic qualities like cypress and pine. There's some honey. There's some muskiness in here. There's a tiny hint of mastic in here as well. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. There's a sweetness to it, but not too sweet. This is sophisticated. This is signature scent worthy. It's uber elegant, but it's stunning. Like it's literally a stunning fragrance. So absolutely adore this one. If you like fresh, clean, a little bit energizing, this one's beautiful, but it stays so elegant and sophisticated. Gorgeous fragrance. Now I'm moving on to a few kind of more clean, fresh florals. The first is Quatre by Boucheron. To me, this fragrance has quite a citric opening. Mainly though, I get a grapefruit along with jasmine and rose. There's lots of fruits and citruses in here. This is musky. It feels a little bit aquatic. It's super fresh, clean. It's a beautiful floral for summer. Like again, sophisticated. It lasts like a good 6 hours on the skin. It's fresh. It's clean, it's sophisticated, but it is more of a floral along with that grapefruit. Kind of reminds me of Chanel Chanson Tendre, but this one is a little bit more citric in my opinion. A great affordable freshie is Amethyst by Lalique. This one is hard to describe. To me, it smells like a big bowl of green fruits that are freshly picked along with kind of the stems and the leaves of berries. So blackberries, blackcurrant, strawberries, but lots of the woodiness and the green in there, along with a lot of kind of aquatic feeling, fresh, like dew almost. I love this one. It's green. There's slight woodiness in there. There's rose, peony, and ylang ylang in here. I just get a floral vibe. It's musky. Some people find this sweet. I don't find it sweet at all. I find it to be quite green and floral. It's very refreshing. To me, this is kind of an ethereal fragrance, and it reminds me of being like a beautiful elven queen walking through the woods barefoot on moss with a beautiful purple velvet cloak, kind of Lord of the Rings-esque, because I wished I was an elf and I wish I was in Lord of the Rings. But anyway, this is the fragrance that Arwen would have been wearing. Is it Arwen or Erwin? I can't remember. Anyway, the elf, she would have been wearing this. I love it. It's so refreshing, clean, invigorating, and just spa-like. Another great fresh floral that I always forget to mention is Twilly Eau Ginger by Hermes. Now, with 10 mils, I always forget to talk about them. I'm not sure why, but I struggle. This, I love the ginger note in here. It gives it a bit of a spicy kick. There's ginger and candied ginger along with peony and cedar in here. It smells clean, but with a little bit of a bite to it. So really, really enjoy this fragrance. This one lasts a decent amount of time on the skin, like at least 6 hours. I've got about 5 more, so this video has gone way longer than I anticipated, but this is a comprehensive list of mine. So next one is Juliana's Perfumes Velvet Mirage. I've talked about this enough. It's, to me, one of the best fragrances of 2025. This is an original of theirs, and it has cotton flower and almond in it. It is so sexy. It's clean, just smells like sexy laundry. Ooh, it's so good. I love the cotton flower. I love the almond. This is, to me, a must-have. If you're a clean freak as far as fragrances are concerned, this is absolutely gorgeous. It's unique. I've smelled nothing like it. Just love it. And no, this is not sponsored. Another affordable one that's just fantastic is Guess's 1981 Indigo. This smells like a white blouse and jeans. Like, it just smells so clean. It's relaxed feeling. It smells like you're on a picnic and you've got a glass of wine in your hand. You're sitting there maybe by the ocean. I don't know. It's beautiful. There's a male version of this one as well, but this has some C notes. There's some fig, there's some iris, there's wine, there's grapes, cedar, a little hint of lilac. It just smells really clean again. It's a clean floral. And I think that that's the thing about iris a lot of times, is it gives off a bit of a clean vibe. It's really understated. It's actually quite elegant, but it's also casual. So it's like casual elegance. So really, really enjoy this fragrance. It doesn't last a ton on the skin, but this is like 20 bucks. Like, some of these fragrances are really affordable, and this is one of them. A kind of a beachy freshie is Bobbi Brown's Beach. If you can still get it. I'm not sure if you can. I think you can. But this has jasmine, seawater, sand, and orange. It smells clean. There is that floral, but again, it's a clean floral fragrance. It's uber relaxing. It's another Your Skin But Better floral. Gorgeous. It doesn't last long though. Like with this one, and actually the other one I'm going to mention, they last 3-4 hours. This one lasts 3 hours. It's such a pain, but I absolutely love it. Again, it feels really fresh and clean. Is Eau de Soleil Blanc by Tom Ford. There's a ton of notes in this, but what I primarily get is kind of an ocean vibe. There's some citrus in here, lots of florals, lots of kind of balsamic qualities to this, along with some coconut and vanilla. It just smells fresh and clean, relaxing. I just really, really enjoy wearing this. It just sucks that it lasts only about 3 hours. And that is it. Those are my fresh and clean fragrances. There is something for everyone on this list, something for every price point as well. And honestly, like, you can't go wrong with any of these. These are all ones, even though I'm not a major freshy clean girl lover, although I'm slowly going over to the dark side. Maybe it's the light side. I don't know. I'm slowly being seduced into the fresh clean category, and obviously I have a ton of them. These are all really, really fantastic. What about you? What are your favorites? Please leave them in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. I know this was a long video, but I wanted to give you the whole list, especially because we're heading into spring and summer. So have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.